Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about Penny Foolish and Nautical Novice. First, I'm going to talk about Penny Foolish. Enjoy. While at a discount grocery store one day, Mr. Krabs finishes up purchasing multiple items in the beginning of the episode. On his way out of the store, he spots SpongeBob picking something up. Mr. Krabs realizes and assumes he picked up a penny off the ground. Mr. Krabs starts to have a flashback remembering SpongeBob picking up the penny until the store clerk tells him he is holding up the line. On his way home, he starts complaining about how SpongeBob got a free penny, while other people have to work for one. So, he decides to calm himself down, but every time he sees anything circular, such as the car radio volume knob, the moon, and the steering wheel, he keeps having visions of pennies and becomes obsessed with getting SpongeBob's penny. The next day at work, he asks SpongeBob if he found anything special, and if he can share it with him, only for SpongeBob to reply that he found a brand new day, not a penny. Once SpongeBob goes into the kitchen, Mr. Krabs asks if he can ever borrow the penny. SpongeBob says that he does not have one. Mr. Krabs then makes SpongeBob check all of his pockets and shakes him upside down, but instead gets SpongeBob's brain out, causing his brain to crawl away. As a result, Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob both chase his brain until SpongeBob can capture it. Later, SpongeBob and Squidward hear loud noises, so they go and check what it is, only to see Mr. Krabs building a theater behind the Krusty Krab. In an attempt to get SpongeBob's penny, Mr. Krabs opens up the movie theater and makes admission worth a penny, but SpongeBob does not have one. In frustration, Mr. Krabs destroys the theater. Later that night, SpongeBob returns to the Krusty Krab, only to be surprised that Squidward is fancy for the Krusty Krab semi-annual charity night, a show put on by Mr. Krabs. He goes to his table and Mr. Krabs starts the show. The show, Pennies for the Penny Less, shows how he does not have a penny and needs one. SpongeBob is brought to tears by Mr. Krabs' story, and Mr. Krabs says that SpongeBob can end this travesty by donating just one penny to him, but SpongeBob still does not have one, as Mr. Krabs breaks. Later that night, Mr. Krabs spies on SpongeBob as he leaves his house. He breaks into SpongeBob's house with a metal detector to find the penny. SpongeBob comes in and notices Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs then explains how he wanted the penny SpongeBob found on the ground and says he is sorry. SpongeBob shows him that it was not a penny, but a dried-up piece of gum, for his gum collection. He thinks that the flavor was peppermint. Mr. Krabs is surprised that there was no penny, though is seemingly relieved and leaves. SpongeBob soon discovers that it was money, a $500 bill, which he leaves on the floor and heads to bed. Meanwhile, as the episode concludes, Mr. Krabs is revealed to not believe the penny was fake and is now digging for the penny, all around SpongeBob's house. Next, I'm going to talk about Nautical Novice. Enjoy. The episode starts off at Mrs. Puff's boating school. Everyone is bored hoping for the class to end while she is talking about steering and SpongeBob is taking notes in an exciting personality. When class ends, Mrs. Puff reminds the class that they are going on a field trip to the Bikini Bottom Museum of Boating tomorrow and the bus will pick them up at 8 a.m. When SpongeBob realizes that this is finally his chance to impress Mrs. Puff and get his driver's license, he reads a 7,400-page book called The History of All Boating Ever. When SpongeBob finishes the book at 7:59 a.m. on the next day, he ends up falling asleep when he realizes that tomorrow is today and he is going to be late for the bus. He races the bus once it leaves his house. Mrs. Puff, wanting to go without SpongeBob, tells Nat, the bus driver, to speed up. But SpongeBob suddenly comes in through the window. While SpongeBob begins talking to Mrs. Puff, she realizes SpongeBob's bad smell and gives him a bottle of shower in a can. SpongeBob then starts talking about the trivia of boating, which starts to give Mrs. Puff a headache. So, when the class finally arrives at the museum, SpongeBob is paying no attention as he is still talking about boating to Mrs. Puff, crashes into the front window and gets converted into a puddle outside the bus door. He then is back up again when he sees the museum in front of him. Mrs. Puff explains it was the largest boat ever that is now converted into a museum and can no longer be operated unless it goes to its yearly check at the port. Throughout the day, SpongeBob keeps interrupting Mrs. Puff to tell the students what she is about to say, much to her chagrin. Right when the class is about to leave, Mrs. Puff notices that SpongeBob has gone missing, but it turns out that he was in the driving room of the boat. He turns on the air conditioners on very high without noticing, which accidentally starts the boat. When Mrs. Puff finds SpongeBob as she comes back into the museum, she tries to stop the boat when she noticed it has been started, but she has never driven any boat so advanced before. So when she notices that the boat is going to crash into Bikini Bottom after SpongeBob turns the boat on turbo speed, SpongeBob tries to stop the boat by battening down the hatches, lowering the anchor, uttering a hearty seaman's laugh, and doing the reverse 720 tailspin. And right when the boat is about to destroy Bikini Bottom, it stops, only tapping the first building. When Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob leave the boat, Mrs. Puff gives SpongeBob his driver's license due to her impression. However, she is outraged when she finds out that the museum owner was simply taking the boat into Bikini Bottom for a checkup at the port and that he was doing all of the driving. As a result, she angrily tears up SpongeBob's driver's license, leaving the latter heartbroken. The museum owner then suggests that they should go get some ice cream to cheer SpongeBob up while he had the pin of becoming an honorary sea legs as his bright side. When the three are about to go have ice cream, SpongeBob notices that the headlights of the boat are still on. As he runs back inside, the museum owner and Mrs. Puff try to tell SpongeBob to not touch anything, but the latter didn't listen and he flips the boat on its opposite side as Mrs. Puff inflates once again, ending the episode. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.